It's beyond words. So thank you for being those true heroes out there. That being said, we want to welcome not only him in person, but his spirit, his smile, his excitement, and his just knowledge of life and and so many people that's been so inspired by him. Every day he is on live on some kind of platform, encouraging, uplifting, giving those free advice, free information. How much more abundance can we get that for free? That being said, let me give you the honor to welcome Mr. Gary from Malaysia. Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you.
Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Hello.
Sorry.
Hi, Betty. Hi, Kemi. Hi, everybody. And since you all start with the Philippine team, mabuhay. Mabuhay, mabuhay. It's great to be here, even at wee hours in the morning. So, I as usual, I cannot be shouting too loud as usual. But it's always great to be here, guys. Firstly, I'd like to thank Kemi. Did I pronounce your name correctly? Kemi Scholz? All right. Yeah. Thank you. I do see you and follow you on Facebook. But that profile that I see you, I didn't know that you are Filipino or Filipina. I thought from far you look like a Caucasian lady, But anyway, mabuhay. Yeah. Right. Okay. Firstly, I like to, before I start anything as usual, I like to thank my boss up there, the Almighty God, for truly giving me this inspiration and to give every single thing that I'm enjoying right now, that I'm experiencing, is all from him. And I'm truly so blessed. And while I'm hearing from Amalia, Annalisa, Christina, Josephina, and Olivia, I mean, again, I am just being reminded of how blessed I am, most of y'all, some of you have heard of about my story, high school graduate, started work at the age of 19 years old, taking home a pay of $100 a month, I'm definitely not a professional. I'm not a nurse. But I got a good look. I'm very guapo or pogi, as you call it. Yeah, I can speak a little bit of Tagalog. I even can speak the what do you call the delicious in Davao we call lamit. Wow. How wow. Every time I do that in Malaysia and the server, the waiter is from Davao or from Mindanao, they're like, wow, I said lamit. So I'm truly very blessed. Yeah, as what Kemi has mentioned, I think one of my, of course, I've got a lot of very good leaders. I mean, I just want to just really, really appreciate everybody, especially my leaders and my members in my team. I'm just so lucky. I mean, I'm just put in such a spotlight that everybody looked at me like some kind of a rock star, wow. But I just want to really, really make it a record. I am just so lucky I'm where I am today. And I am where I am today because of all these amazing people. I'm telling you, seriously, all I do day in and day out is just get up on stage, talk, and get down on stage. But all the real work is being really done by these heroes, Like I can even see Bayani, I mean, I can tell you, I can even see my brother Brick, Dava, and my leaders from Cambodia, Narit and Sire, and I can even see Wong in Malaysia. Wow, so many. I can't see all of y'all, but I tell you, you guys are the real heroes. You know, if you know that song by Bette Midler, you know, "The Wind Beneath My Wings." I really love to sing. I really love to. Hey, apart from speaking, I'm also a good singer. Okay, and I really like that song because I always felt that, you know, like I can even see Super Lee, you know, Super Lee from Malaysia, you know. I've got so many wind beneath my wings, and the reason I'm flying today, as much as I want to take the credit, of course, first credit goes to the to Almighty God, but a lot of credit goes to my people. I mean, those are the real heroes. Okay, those are the real heroes that need to be highlighted. It's just so happened I was in this spotlight, you know, and yeah, I'm here. Right. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, Kemi, tell me how would you want to run today's session? Yeah, let's
Okay.
rock and roll.
Yeah, Gary. Yes. Yeah, we were gonna ask you a few questions, so you have some pointers for us. First of all, I
Awesome.
wanted you to know that you made me wait 4 hours in Manila just to see you.
Oh, okay.
Well, this was in 2018, and you were supposed to speak at ENAGIC Philippines, right?
With Bob, right?
Something
With Bob
happened
Ritelli.
in the tarmac. Yes, with Bob Ridelli. Yeah. Something
God.
happened in the tarmac and you couldn't get out of the plane. So we were there waiting. Where is Gary? Where is Gary? And I was so excited to meet you finally in person. And I haven't met you in person, but I'm so excited about you, your journey, how you managed to bring Asia into the picture of ENAGIC. I mean, you guys, I know JC Lim. I've met JC too, John Lim. And so I know he spoke about you so much, and I'm excited to say this because it feels like I know you. But since we have been talking, I've been doing my homework. I've been watching your videos, right? And of course, I know your history. And there's also one thing you mentioned in one of your videos where you were on the bike and you had to stop and share with us happy money.
Wow, you got that book.
So I'm doing my homework. When I want to feature someone in our Back to Basics, you bet I'm going to read about that person. I'm going to watch that person and really look in the back office of that person pretty much. So amazing, Gary. It's all about how we view ourselves, our concept of money. So that's one thing that I would like you to please touch on. And also, before ENAGIC, what did you do and how did you get to ENAGIC? What's your background? And you did say something about 3 things: do not compare, concept about money, and sustainability. I think those 3 things we need to hear from you directly.
Okay. So, if I do sidetrack along the way or I do not cover the things that you need me to cover today, please just remind me. Okay, because when I'm in the flow, as you can see, my style is I do not have notes with me, because I always believe when I am locked in, when I mean I locked in means I'm tuned to my creator. So actually, to be very frank, whatever you're going to be hearing from me today, it's from my boss through my mouth, because if he just opened the sky and talk to you, you can't take it. You know, not everybody is a Moses. Okay, so he needs to go through a very natural source, which is a human being. Okay, so when I'm locked in, I go with the flow. So if I've not covered anything, please feel free to remind me. Okay, so a very quick one just to add on to what you mentioned, Kemi. The reason I wasn't able to be there on that particular fateful day is one of, I could say, is the greatest memory and also the greatest nightmare. It took me usually from Malaysia, from Kuala Lumpur to get to Manila. It's a 4 hours. The maximum is 3 hours, 50 minutes or 4 hours flight. But for that particular fateful day, a China airline crash landed in your Manila tarmac, caused the entire airport to be blocked off, and it took me the whole journey from Malaysia, from Kuala Lumpur, to finally reach Manila it took me 28 hours to reach Manila. And it's my apology. And that's the reason why Bob Gridelli was texting me on my phone. You know, it was a really when there's more time, I will share with you guys that real harrowing experience. You know, I was sitting in a plane right in Manila airport tarmac for easily 8 hours, you know, because the whole traffic and people cannot get down. People need to pee, and yet you can't go down. You know, there's no more drink, there's no more water left in the plane, and oh, very chaotic. But anyway, everything happens for good reason. But since I mentioned about that, I want to, and I can see my good brother Brick is here, I like to thank, you know, I feel so blessed. Not just, sometimes you just think of, that's why I always want to say that ENAGIC is not just, I mean, it's not just a water machine or, you know, you sell and you make an 8 point. It's where you really, it's a life on its own, you know. So through ENAGIC, I built up, you know, I'm so blessed to have all these, I call them my brothers, sisters, you know, like they literally waited for me, don't know for how many hours, you know. And finally, I came out from the plane finally at 12, I think 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. in the morning. And my brother Brick was waiting right at the airport, took me, and then the whole team was waiting for me at like a restaurant or something like that, you know. And unfortunately, I have to sleep that night. And the next day, I took another flight back. So it was very interesting, but I'm very touched because I felt that I'm very blessed. I mean, I have to say this. I feel I'm so blessed that through ENAGIC, through this entire thing, you know, I'm not a Filipino, but I somehow felt very Filipino at heart. Later, I'll be talking about my mission on the Global OFW Freedom Project. If you are interested, please do, because I can see a lot of Filipinos here. Please participate in this program. It doesn't have to be a Kangen thing, you know, but I just want, hopefully in my lifetime, yeah, I always pray to God, hopefully in my lifetime, that this entire OFW thing can be abolished, you know, and yeah, people will get their freedom back. Okay, so that's a quick one regarding that trip. So, sorry, Kemi, so what's the first thing that you want me to highlight in today's session? Yeah.
What you were doing before ENAGIC. How did you
Awesome.
get to ENAGIC?
Okay, great. So, guys, basically, as I mentioned, I grew up from a very ordinary family. My late mother was a secretary. My late father was a building supervisor. I requested to control your camera. How do I control my camera? Is there something I can control? I saw instruction came out on my screen. Okay, anyway. I started life very early at 19 years old, where a lot of my friends, and guys, remember although I look like I'm in my 20s, I'm already in my mid 40s. So during my era, when I was coming out at 19 years old, remember there's no Facebook, there's no social media. People literally do not have an option like today. You know, you don't want to study, yeah, just be a affiliate marketer, be a drop shipper, you know. But those days, there's no such thing as YouTubing and, you know, no such thing. So either you further your studies, or if you don't further your studies, the chances are you end up becoming a waiter in a McDonald's company, you know, something like that, you know, or some low level thing, you know. So I was really determined, because when I looked around, okay, I was a very curious young boy. Number one, I didn't really like to study, but I didn't like to study not because I didn't like reading. As you can see, my house is, my library in my house is sometimes more bigger than a lot of people's library. But I realized that I don't like to study those topics, you know, like geography and all that. Not that it's not important, but it's not my cup of tea. And then what I looked around was, I see that a lot of one of those successful people in the world or in Malaysia, they don't have education. You know, so like everybody is telling me, you need to get education, you need to get degree, you need to study hard, work hard, get a good job. And then I look at, hey, how come all these people doesn't even seem to, you know, they are not able to speak English. One of them is the boss of Genting, you know, I'm sure Amalia still remember coming to Malaysia, going to just such a beautiful Disneyland up in the mountain. So, okay, anyway, but I was very lucky. Again, I want to say I'm very blessed because right around that time, I'm actually also born in a network marketing family, okay? So I'm not sure how many of you are born in that kind of family where, you know, my earliest memory is my mom used to take me to a lot of all these meetings, you know, product knowledge meeting, you know, marketing plan meeting. And right around that time, my mentor, my first mentor is none other than my uncle, my mother's youngest brother. And he was a legend, okay? Now, he was a legend, like he was the Dexter Yeager. If you know who is Dexter Yeager, the late Dexter Yeager of Amway, you know, like the legend, you know. He was the legend in Asia, in Malaysia, you know. So he was featured in a lot of magazines, you know, Chinese magazine. He was great, you know, and he was like amazing. And when I looked at him, I really loved the idea. Okay, number one, he made a lot of money at that point of time. But money, I mean, a lot of business people also make money. But what he has that a lot of people do not have is he has the time freedom, what we call as the uncommon freedom. And when I saw that, I told myself this, I said, if one day I'm going to be successful, I want to be like him. Can you imagine I can go out for a jog in the morning with him outside our house and we end up back to the house 1 week later? How did that happen? We can just travel around Malaysia just like that because there's no need to go to any office. There's no staff or anything. Everything, his mindset is everything we just buy. You don't have clothes, just buy. No toothbrush, buy. You know, you need a comb, buy. You know, it's like that, you know. So I really said, wow, this is the dream life and it's possible. So I was very lucky. I was very blessed because I had a role model then. And right around that time, I followed him. He mentored me, not about doing so much about his business, but he really taught me that idea of success, mindset, reprogramming your mind, leadership. And he taught me a lot of things that's so necessary to be the person that I am today. So I really, really would like to thank him. Although he's still around, he's still around. He has not gone up or anything yet, but he's really amazing. So he taught me that, and but I started very ordinary, even learning from him. I stayed in his big house, big mansion, but I was still renting a room from him, small little room. I had to do everything, you know, like just a normal guy. I have to go to work, you know, I take the public bus and all that, but I learned a lot, okay? Then from then until today, including ENAGIC, I've been in around 15 different types of network marketing, guys. So that's again, I want to tell you all, please, sometimes maybe you look at me like some legend or some rock star or that, but don't compare you with me because again, your chapter 1 in the network marketing industry is my chapter 10. So how can you compare a chapter 1 and a chapter 10, right? So, okay, I've been like 15, you know, and because I was born in that family, so I was, you know, every now and then somebody will, do you know those days I was like the network marketing magnet, you know, everybody that wants to talk to somebody about network marketing, they will see me because they know I was born in this family. It's like, I mean, it's like, you know, if you are Manny Pacquiao and everybody who is looking for a boxer, you don't go and look for some Tiger Woods, right? You will definitely look for a Manny Pacquiao, right? So everybody was looking for me, you know, so I attended 1, 2, 3, you know. And some of it was a really good experience. Some of it was really a scam, you know, some is a Ponzi scheme, money game, you know, some, so I tell you, you know, if you think that you have been mistreated by people, or you have been cheated by company, or you have disappointment, tell me about it. Okay, I've been in 15. Okay, so I'm so used to it. It's like Manny Pacquiao, you punch him, he got no more feeling anymore. You know, you just take it like a journey. You know, it's not that I'm a Superman, but you just take it as a journey. So anyway, right before ENAGIC, okay, I was doing actually, just to put things in perspective, I actually made a lot of money prior to ENAGIC. So of course, ENAGIC is a very stable company. I made tons of money from it, but I actually already made my first multi-million in a company before ENAGIC. So I was, at that point of time, now I'm 45, so minus 10, I was 35, minus 2, so I was 33. At 33 years old, I was already in what a lot of people call a retirement age, okay? Because all my debts were paid off, you know, I've a lot of money, you know, things like that. And because I was in network marketing, so I've got all the time in the world, you know, I was very blessed. Okay, I want to say it not just to boast to anything, but I'm very, very, very blessed. Okay, I've got right people, I've got certain talent, I got a certain skill, I'm able to talk, I got some really, really rich, super, super, super rich people in my organization, things like that. So, but of course, that company ended up to become a Ponzi scheme. It was a legit company initially, but you know, there are sometimes the management, the bosses suddenly became greedier, or they have some other plans, you know. So then it became a Ponzi scheme. And although I was making a lot of money then, okay, I couldn't really sleep at night. And the reason was because I know that it's good. Just like any Ponzi scheme, guys, trust me, no matter how great a Ponzi scheme is, it will break one day. That's for sure. So I knew. And I was bringing a lot of especially high profile people into the business. And I couldn't really sleep, you know. So I was really like, oh, please, God, give me another another way out of this, you know. You know, I want to stop that, but the money is so good, you cannot stop. It's like, Super Lee is on the screen. He knows what I'm talking about. You know, those days we were buying cars like as if we were buying clothes. You know, because money is just like there's nothing. You know, but yeah. So then I'm so happy. 1 year before the company closed, ENAGIC came into my life. So somebody introduced me. You know, gave me a DVD. You know, and guys, those days in Malaysia, basically in Asia, nobody really have heard of Kangen, you know. So this friend of mine from that company gave me a DVD with no labels. It's blue in color. So what is the first thing will come to my mind? I say, hey, what, you giving me some pornographic material or what? You know, he said, no. He says, Gary, you must check this out. Okay. And two things that he mentioned that really motivated me to really look at it. He says, number one, this is a Japanese company medical device. And because when I started my career, I used to sell medical device. And I know anything that's dealing with medical device, top quality. And he mentioned Japanese company. So, wow, special. And number two, he said, it is a very special type of network marketing, a bit like insurance, a bit like car sales, and a bit like network marketing. And he says, Gary, you are the best person to do this because I know you are born for this type of business. I said, okay, I'll just look at it. So cut the long story short, I checked it out. It was really interesting. At that point of time, that video was the video of Pat Boone. If you know of the Pat Boone DVD, Bob Gridelli was doing the demo. And so happened my late mother was standing behind me. To me, I don't even know who is Pat Boone because he was like over my time, right? So like my mom was like, hey, son, that's Pat Boone. I was like, what, Mom, you know who is this person? He said, hey, that's a very popular singer. Da, da, da. So I said, wow, Pat Boone also talking about Kangen water. Simply amazing. I said, must check this out. Okay, so anyway, so then da 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 da, and yeah, so that was basically how I started ENAGIC in the early days. But what really got me excited and to me, I'm like this, is either I do something serious and I go all out, like what Will Smith said, if you run with me on the treadmill, I either die on the treadmill or I'm gonna win. That's all to me. So one of the things that really got me to either do it or not doing it, because don't forget, money is not really much of motivation, because from that company I've already made a lot. Okay, but one thing I saw was I was invited for a special demo by that time the upline of Bernard Chan, a guy called Pierre Chan from Mauritius, and the Hong Kong team flew in, and Sam Sia was there. And I still remember they did the demo and the whole works, you know. And I still remember, although it wasn't very popular, but Google, a lot of people was already using Google. And I still remember very clearly the moment they finished the demonstration, and I was seated right at the back. The reason is because I was the face of the other company, so I cannot be seen like, oh, you know, everybody will say, hey, Gary is shifting to another company. So I was like, you know, like very shady, you know, like some, like, you know, like some shady person, like, you know, you don't want to show your face, you know. But I remember one thing was very clear was, after they finished the demo, I saw the thing. I was pretty convinced. I tried the tomato and like, wow, this is something special. I remembered I Googled this. I Googled Kangen water Malaysia. Kangen water Malaysia. Nothing came out. Nothing. Today you Google Kangen water Malaysia. I don't know. You take hours to go through those websites, you know. Then I Googled Kangen water Asia, because at that point of time, I've already built up some very good connections around Asia. Nothing. And I told myself, somebody is going to make this big time. Why must that somebody be somebody? Might as well it be me. And that's where I said, let's do it. I'm gonna, either this company is gonna close down or I'm going to die trying. So I did, you know, and just, I became a 6A in 4 months with no company. And again, I want to mention, please, a disclaimer, it's not that because of anything, but because I've already got a ready-made network. I've got generals with me that are really, really good in doing this type of business. I've got a skill, okay? I'm able to talk, okay? And I have this ability where I can somehow simplify presentations, especially complicated network marketing plans, because you must understand it is at a time where there's no office in Malaysia. I still remember Sam Sia was showing me the first plan in PJ Hilton. It's like a blind leading the blind. He doesn't know what he's talking. I also don't know what he's talking. So it's like, you know, so, but when I looked at the whole thing, I somehow, through my years of experience, I have developed a skill where I know what the layman want to see, want to hear, and I'm able to simplify the plan into a very simplified plan. And I got a second very special ability is I am able to mimic what I see on that means I'm able to like literally photocopy a presenter. So the first person that I really photocopied at that point of time, I still remember, is none other than another of our great Filipino ENAGIC distributor, none other than Daniel Dimacale. Because that's the only resource that I have. I have two. One is Bob Gridelli, one is Daniel Dimacale. So the moment I look at Daniel's video, I said, I'm going to be a Daniel. Of course, I'm not a Filipino, so I'm a Malaysian Daniel. You know, so I even talked the jokes like him. I even said like, check it out, you know, check it out. You know, so I was like, so that was how I started, you know. So and because I've got a very good team, I was very passionate about it, and My early days, sleep time is just 2 to 4 hours a day. I can talk morning. I still remember within 2 weeks, I lost my voice. I mean, you can see even at midnight, I'm talking like this. Can you imagine during the daytime? So, and when I'm very passionate, I'm very passionate. So I was talking, like as if sometimes there's only 2 people in the room, but I'm talking like there's like 5,000 people in Las Vegas convention, So like, yeah, it's the excitement. So I believe it's the excitement that caught on. And I always tell people this, especially if you really want to be a visionary, you want to be a leader, you want to start new market, you really need to show that excitement. I mean, even if you get the facts wrong, even you tell people, drink 2.5, I mean, of course you don't drink 2.5, but even if you get certain facts wrong, it's okay. But the excitement, so it was like, wow, then, I mean, now I look back, it's like a lot of crazy things we do, at the early days. There was no office, there's no support, there's no easy payments. We sometimes also, after we present certain thing, then we say, oh, it's wrong, it's not supposed to be this way, it's this way. There's sorry. Yeah, so yeah, that's the early days before that was how we started in the beginning, Kemi.
It sounds to me like you, Romy, JV, Cynthia, even Kuya Dante Kalinisan, you all have one thing in common in the way that, no, not Dante and Auntie Glenda, they weren't, but the rest that I mentioned, they were already into network marketing. They have had experience in network marketing prior to ENAGIC, and therefore, like you said, Gary, you pretty much brought most, if not all, of the people you've been working with from that company where you were already very successful. Yeah. So there's that experience you've learned, your skills are up there. You know how to approach people, you know how to speak. So what would be your advice to people like us? This is my first networking. I don't know sales. What would be your advice to beginners like us in the networking business to concentrate on, to do? Can you give us some pointers?
Yes. Good question there, Kemi. Glad you brought it up because, again, although, yes, I could be very different. I know there are a lot of people here that are very new, no experience in network marketing. But guess what? I was like this when I started my network marketing journey. Okay. So the point I want to say is this. Now, first and foremost, you must understand. Okay. Now, first I want to say there are some things that I'm going to say here that are probably very controversial. It may not sound nice to you. It may not be something that is comfortable to your hearing, but I still want to say it because sometimes I feel that there are a lot of people, they are being misled. Okay. Network marketing is a different breed of animal. Okay, it may look like a sales job. Okay, I'm very sure to my Filipino friends, you know about Caldero. You know Caldero, right? Salad Master or whatever. Pots and pans. It may look quite similar. Or in Malaysia, we have a vacuum company called Rainbow Vacuum Cleaners. It may look the same because it's like a company with a product, but and I want to mention this again, okay? You may not agree, but I want to say this. ENAGIC is a network marketing company, and I don't care if you don't like the term, whether you don't accept it as a multi-level marketing. It is. I mean, what do you call when you pay 8-level deep? Isn't that a multi-level? I mean, the whole idea people is trying to say, oh, no, we are not a multi-level. We're not network marketing. It's because people have the wrong connotation of this and they think that every multi-level marketing, every network marketing is a scam. Who says so? Amway is not a scam. Herbalife is not a scam. ENAGIC is definitely not a scam. But please, you need to accept the fact that we are this. Because if okay, I mean, I want to say this again. Now, if we are playing a soccer game, okay, let's say Filipinos, you all are fan of basketball. So we are playing basketball game. If you don't accept the game as basketball and you said, no, it looks like basketball, but this is volleyball. It's nothing wrong with you, but you're going to lose. And you're going to lose badly. It's nothing wrong with you. But we just need to accept that, hey, we are playing basketball. So ENAGIC is a network marketing company. It's a multi-level marketing. It's a direct sale company. All this is correct. So we must accept that fact first, okay? So when you accept that ENAGIC is a network marketing company, then you must realize, just like Amalia, Annalisa, and probably I'm not sure if Christina is it. It's like you all are nurses. You need to go through nurses training, because if not, you will not be able to do your work. So in network marketing, there are skills that you need to learn. There are certain traits, certain characteristics of the business you need to learn. And I don't expect you all to be professional if this is your first network marketing company that you get in, but you need to learn, okay? So one of the things is, like, for example, if you want to be a leader, you need to be good in public speaking. There is no two ways about it. You can say, okay, now I'm not good. I talk like it's okay now, but you need to be good in probably 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 years time. If after 10 years time you still don't learn to be a good public speaking, then forget about doing network marketing. Okay, you can do network marketing. I'm sorry, I make a mistake, but forget to be the top. If you want to be it's just like you say, oh, I want to be a prime minister of the country. I want to be a Duterte, but sorry, I cannot speak in public. How can? What you talking? It doesn't work, you know? Okay, so there are certain skills. You need to be good in presenting the plan. And I noticed in ENAGIC, there are a lot of people very good in demo, very good. But then when come to show the plan, no, sorry, cannot. I wait for upline. How are you going to recruit leaders if you can't even show how you can make money in this business? So all these things is a must, okay? You can be lousy at it at the beginning, I accept. But you must learn and you must be really, really good at it, okay? No exception about this. I was following my mentor and he made sure that I am really good at this, because he knows that if I want to be a leader, I must qualify. It's just like Amalia. If she wants to be a good nurse, she needs to fulfill all the requirements. There's no question asked. Amalia cannot say, oh, I cannot stand to see blood. I will faint. Then don't forget, don't be a nurse, okay? Do other thing, you know, be a pilot or something, you know. So first and foremost, we must accept that we are in the network marketing industry. Number one, it is a career. Just like any career, it's just like being a nurse, being a doctor, being an engineer, being a lawyer, being a teacher. You need to learn, okay? And my strong suggestion to all my fellow ENAGIC distributors here, one of the fastest, easiest, most sure way to succeed in this industry is, please, if you can, get yourself a mentor, okay? Easiest way, okay? Get yourself a mentor, all right? Now, I'm very sure you can find mentor. And today with social media on Facebook, you can find a mentor. A mentor will be really somebody that can guide you, okay? And why you need a mentor? Because it's just like you want to learn something, you need a teacher, right? Even you can study the book yourself, but if nobody really push you, nobody give you the platform, nobody give you the chance to perform, then how it will be very difficult, okay? Get yourself a mentor, learn, and then make sure you put whatever you learn into action. Keep taking action, okay? Now, guys, actually, if you look at our ENAGIC business, it's very simple. I mean, how difficult it is to do the demo. Actually, you think about it, the demo is easy, but you will screw up the first time. I guarantee you, if you have not done it, you will screw up. But I guarantee you, you try doing it 20 times and see. If 20 times you still screw up, hey, please, then maybe relook at your career options. But I guarantee you, if you do it 20 times, you will never screw up one. First time, lousy. Second time, lousy. Third time, much better. Fourth time, much better. Fifth time, good. Sixth time, best. Then you become better. The same with showing the marketing plan. First time, second time. That's the reason why those who have followed me in Kangen Bawati, I'm not sure if Jeffrey Leong is here. Young guy, 30 years old, making averagely 15 to 20,000 US a month now, driving Mercedes. You ask him, you don't believe. When he just started with me, just I think 1 week old, I put him on the stage. I make sure he do. He said, hey, I am not ready. I said, I don't care. You do it. And I am glad you screw up. You see, there are a lot of leaders, they're so afraid their people screw up, Not me. Why? Because the day that you start doing it and fail, the day you learn, and the more you do, the more confident you become. And you know what's the secret? It's only when your confidence level grows that your income will grow. Trust me on this. It is only when you're confident. Actually, day one you do, and then 1 year later, you are actually the same person. You are still the Betty, the Amalia, the Kuniko, the Kemi. You're the same. The only difference is your confidence level. You are like Manny Pacquiao, Oh, come, challenge me. One knock and you are down. Your confidence, that is what you need to build, And nobody, come on. Everyone is so admiring the way I talk, but you must understand, I talk like this every day for so many years of my life. Somebody said I was born on the stage, like the moment I can open my eyes, I'm talking already. So you want to be good at anything, just keep doing it. You may be lousy day one, but just keep doing it. Okay, so get your mentor, learn as much as you can, but learning without doing is as good as not learning. So make sure after you learn, I always have this policy. Everywhere I go, I attend seminar, whether it's online seminar, whether it's a real seminar, minimum I take home 3 things and I put into action. So at least I know, even I forget the whole seminar. I attended 7 days seminar. I just do 3 things consistently. So you just keep putting it into action. Something that resonates with you, you put it into action, And please, you see, that's the thing. Okay, I'm not sure if I have the time to talk all about this. I have a dream of one day building a school, okay, and it's coming to reality. It's called the School of Human Excellence, okay, and this school is going to be very different from the normal type of school, because my school encourage failure, okay. I think failure is a good thing. Okay, the reason a lot of people are not succeeding today is because of the fear of failure. Not the failure, it's the fear. And the reason is because the school academic itself is shaming people for failing. Okay, you only glorify people for getting A's. That's a wrong way to look at things. It is only from your failure, from your mistake, from your challenges, from your it's like Thomas Edison did not fail 1,000 times. He just discovered what is 1,000 things not to do to make a light bulb, so that 1,001 became a light bulb. Okay, so I highly encourage people to act. The idea is to act. I'm not encouraging you to fail. I'm not telling you to purposely fail. But the mindset is failure should be okay. Not taking action is not okay. I want you to keep taking action, okay? Invest in something, you fail. You buy something, you fail. I've been failing like crazy. I've invested in things that did not work out. I go into partnership that did not take out. I go into business with partners that was my good buddy and end up become bad enemies. So does that mean I'm not going to do it again? I'm going to do more of it because I learned what not to do. I first don't know what I don't know. Then I start to know what I don't know. Then I start to know what I know. Then I become a leader. I start to teach people what I don't know, what I know. So life is all about this. It's all about taking action, you know. And yeah, and the story is nice, you know. Can you imagine you go to a cinema and you see a movie and that character is only all sunshine and going up, you know? It's not nice, right? You would like to see a movie that is, you know, wow, he end up in the dumps, you know, he's beaten up, you know, then oh, he's gonna die, you know, his family all left him, you know, suddenly he climb up and you know, that makes a good story. Yeah. So never be afraid to, you know, I always tell people actually challenges and all, it's all meant to toughen you. It's all meant to make you to who you are, that you are supposed to be. Yeah. So I don't know. Does that answer your question, Kemi?
More than sufficient. Absolutely. I love it that you're giving us a lot of examples in that. You know, I was just reading the chat room while you were talking about mistakes and failure. And yeah, you're right. Fear is the number one factor. People not moving forward. They stopped right there when fear comes in and say, okay, I cannot do this. And confidence level, like you said, just a quick example on what you were saying, Gary. I have a new teammate from Virginia Beach. I won't mention her name. She's here. But one day, one Sunday morning, we were going to do a demo. So I'm in Frankfurt, Germany, and she's in Virginia Beach. Okay. So we're going to do a Zoom, and I'm all set up here and all that. And she set up over there. I said, you know what? Just set up a table there in case whoever won't work. If that doesn't work with me, you can continue there or vice versa. And this will be our first demo together, her first demo, and for her first clients coming to her house. Guess what? The Zoom Wi-Fi and all that stuff wasn't working on my side. So she had to, we tried to log on 3 times, right? And she said, and the guests are there, right? And she said to herself, okay, what am I gonna do now? You know what? Whatever, I'm gonna do it. Mistake or not, I'm gonna do it. And she did it. And guess what? She sold 2 devices on her first demo alone without me being there. And it's like, oh, now she's all pumped up, right? She's selling left and right, no? The confidence level soared from here to up there. Yeah, amazing. So I can relate, Gary. It's totally cool.
Right.
So don't be afraid of failure. And you've had your shares. We've had our shares. Yes. All of us do. And so, yeah, for that gentleman who is in the chat room, let's conquer our fears. And this is why we're doing this too. Betty wasn't born a speaker, although I know she's a natural. She had her fears too, right, Betty? And I had mine too. But we try to overcome that. And that's why we featured Amalia and her group. Look at Josie. It's her first time to speak in public globally. That's amazing. She did it wonderfully.
Kemi, can I just add one thing? And I want to say this to Josephina. Josephina, trust me. You continue. Okay, first, I need you to just change one thing. Just change one thing for me, okay? Just the next time when you tell people, you say, I'm very good in speaking. That's the first thing you say. I'm very good.
That's the negative.
Do you know there are Africans who cannot speak English? So the way you speak English, you're already good. I give you 3 thumbs up already. Okay, so first you say you are good in speaking. Second, you trust me, you continue to talk. After your 10th speaking, you replay your own video and see. I guarantee you, you are perfect. Maybe you speak better than me. You speak better than me. I'm telling you this. Nobody is a born doctor, a born prime minister, a born speaker. No. Okay, we are, because we keep doing it. I keep talking every day, you know. A lot of people say, wow, Gary, you can just do a live session just like that. Just, you know, no notes, just one take, you know. Hey, but you must understand, I started so long ago, like those days when I start also, you know, all the fun, but we keep on doing. I guarantee you, you will be great. Trust me on this, you'll be great.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Over to you, Kemi.
And also, you know, when we make a mistake, even if it's our first time, they don't know we made a mistake. We know, but they don't, right?
Yes. Yes,
So
that's true.
that's how I conquered my fear. Well, I'm not gonna make a huge mistakes, probably just stuttering a little bit, or my words are rumbling all over, right? But
Yes.
the content needs to be correct, you know? That's where we want to focus on. So when somebody makes a mistake, they don't know, your audience don't know, only you know. So you know what?
Right.
Your biggest enemy is yourself, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
With regards to network marketing, multi-level,
Okay.
I would like to quote, because he's very big on this, and I don't think there is any contradiction there. Cause I watch his Zoom twice a week with a group here. They're working on Africa now, and I think you know that, yes.
Yes.
He calls our system multi-point system because of the 8 points.
Yes.
So multi-point system within the networking system, correct? May I understand that right?
Yes.
Okay, so multi-point is not wrong. It's just that networking is the bigger picture. Multi-point is our system.
I think, Kemi, if I were to add, basically, whether you talk about multi-level, multi-points, network marketing, if I were to sum all this up, I want to just say this, okay? Whatever definition you give this type of business or this type of industry, if you really, really see the big picture of it, it is very people focused. That's what I'm trying to say. It is a people focused business. It is all about people. That's why in our industry, in this industry or in ENAGIC, self-development is very, very important. It is not a alternative. It is a must have, because we are dealing with people. I have been saying this over and over again. Our real product is not the water machine. Our real product is our people. Is our people. If you focus on building the people, you don't need to focus about the sales. The sales will come. Look at me. I have no, I mean, again, look at my education background, high school graduate. Today, I've got literally businesses in all over the world. Okay. So it's because, and a lot of my team members knows, okay, if you talk in terms of real product knowledge, I am the last person. Although, yes, I may know some basic here and there, but I'm not a technical savvy person. But when you talk about people, leadership, emotion, vision, mindset, I am very strong in that. And that's I'm not saying that you need to be exactly like me, but you need to be people driven. You need to be, number one, you need to really improve yourself. That's why we need to, until today, I'm still improving myself. I don't consider myself as the best. A lot of people say I'm the best. I say I'm the best because I actually think about this. If you want to think about this, think about our business like a bus. Do you need to work hard? A lot of people say you work hard. Do you need to work hard if the bus is going from point A to point B? That's where you want to go, from point A to point B, and you are just sleeping in the bus. Would you get to point A to point B? You will get there. But the question is your bus moving? So a lot of people are very hardworking, but the bus is not moving. So I'm telling people this is, you build a bus that is so strong, or an aeroplane, if you want to call it. And a lot of people say hard work, hard work. I mean, look at me lah. Every morning I go for my morning walk, my bike, I have my coffee, I have my kids, this, 6 figure a month. So I'm not saying this to impress anything, but are you building, are we playing the game correctly again? Come back to this. And people can argue with me until the cow comes home. And to me, it's very simple. I don't really need to argue with people. Well, if you think we are not playing basketball and you want to think that we are playing volleyball, go ahead. But don't complain when you don't get the results. Very simple as that. Okay? Because if it's a basketball, you better go and learn how to be a Michael Jordan. You're going to be how to be a LeBron James, you know? But you can be a Manny Pacquiao, but if Manny Pacquiao in basketball, then how are you going to win the game? You know, so you must make sure that you play the game correctly with the right rules, you know, then you go very far. And I'm again not saying it's a right or wrong thing, but when you look at the marketing plan, I just did a live video this morning. I talked about how to spot a genuine network marketing company. And one of the things that I talked about today is about when you look at the marketing plan, you should be able to tell what kind of business this is. Okay. Now, if ENAGIC is just pure direct sale, it would have just stopped at 8 points. And I tell you this, it will just stop at 8 points. Maybe Mr. Oshiro will just put more money on the 8 points and that's it. Stop. Full stop. The fact that there is something called 6A2 and then 6A2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4 title bonus, group bonus, title incentive, this and then the shuriken at the -3, the group volume and this and that. Obviously, the heartbeat of the company, you know where it's going to be the next level. It's not just a direct sale, pure like you are selling a rainbow vacuum cleaner or a Caldero, you know. It's not about that. You can see it. And therefore, if you look deeper at the heartbeat of the plan that reflects the heartbeat of Mr. Oshiro and reflects the heartbeat of the company, you will see it is very people focused. It is all about people. You can be a 6A by selling a machine. Let's say you are super salesperson and it take you 5 years to sell 100 machine. You can be a 6A. If you are lucky, you can still be a 6A2 by selling machine. But there is no way you can be a 6A2-6 by selling machine. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. There is no way. And in order, if you look at the heartbeat of the company, and I'm not sure why Kuniko-san always like to say that I know the, you know, I know the true philosophy of Mr. Oshiro. Maybe we are Asian. Maybe we got Asian blood. So if you really look at the plan, you know, ultimately you want to be focusing on your people. It's your people. And how beautiful is a business where your entire success is all about helping your people? Means in order, that's why Kemi, you notice you ask me from I don't know from what time to what time, then 10:30 to 11:30. Even if you were to ask me, okay, and I still remember, if you know who is Monique, what's her name? Monique Shetton or something. There's one African American lady, Monique. I forgot Monique something. She interviewed me at like 2. Come again?
Monique Inspire.
Yeah, yes. I think she interviewed me at 2 a.m. in the morning, and I did it. Okay, of course I cannot talk that loud lah, you know. But it's, you see, our whole business is all about, and that's the reason why I'm so happy you got that book. Is this book talks a lot about this. Don't focus about the results. Okay. Yeah, I mean, okay, wait. When I say focus about the result, you need to also focus like I have. Let me just quickly show you guys something. Okay. Now a lot of people envy my success, but they do not know what I do every single day. Do you know I have this goal book? You know, like when you are in school. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
You see my goal book? Okay, anyway, it's pretty difficult to see this, but you can focus about that. But you know, for those of y'all who have not really attended my training, I always tell people, the first goal you need to set in your ENAGIC business is not 6A. Seriously. I again want to say, I'm not making that statement because I'm trying to be controversial, but I've seen so many 6A give up. So many 6A has just left the business. So many broke 6A. So many 6As are nothing, non-existence. The right way to build the business is to set your first goal. Your first goal, okay, is 6A2. The reason why I want to talk about 6A2 is because the mindset of a 6A2 means you need to 6A. So it's not about, you see, again, 6A is what? 6A is 100 machine. If you are a really good salesperson, you can sell 100 machine. Maybe it takes you 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. You can sell 100 machine. But the goal is not to sell machine. That's why okay, maybe I spend a lot of time with Oshiro. I don't speak his language, but he has always been telling me, people. You notice, right? So a lot of people get so technical about the water machine. Wow, the science of Kangen water, like as if you need to be the Elon Musk of Kangen water, you know. But you look at what Oshiro does. He goes up on stage. Minasan konbanwa. That simply means good evening, everybody. Have you drink your Kangen water? Then he take a big gulp. Tuk, 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 tuk. Then he spent the next 1 hour talking about people. There you have it, guys. The owner himself have already shown you where is the direction. All he is telling you about the product is, have you drink your Kangen water? Cheers. Tuk, 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 tuk. Then he spent the 1 hour and a half talking about people. That's it. So you and I know where the entire direction is. So again, when you talk about what you call the multi-points system, multi-level, I just summarize it. Seriously, if you want to have a career that goes beyond you, that means a career that outlasts you, leaves a legacy, a career that you really feel so strong about, that not only that, financially you are so well blessed, you are so well rewarded, you know, you can do everything and anything with anybody you want, and yet you get a 6-7 figure income, that kind of thing. Focus on the people. Seriously, your company can be selling rubber gloves. Your company can be selling handphone. I don't care. Your company can be selling a aircon controller. I don't care. The key to winning in this business is your people. Nothing else is your people. Without your people, that's why I always say this. I am the best. Everybody says, wow, Gary, you're the best. Gary, you're the best. I say, I'm the best simply because I work with the best. Without my team, who is Gary? It's nobody. I can talk morning until night also. So what? I am where I am today because of my star players, my Kangen Power team. The honors go to them, the credit. Of course, I also have to play my role and all that, but it's a combination, it's a team, it's a whole team coming together. It's like Chicago Bulls, you know. You play it as a game, as a team, you know. Yeah. Over to you, Kemi.
So it's people building people who will build people and more. Yeah, that's a Mr. Oshiro traditional way, and I'm totally standing on that too. Our business is people business.
Actually, Kemi, I just want to add a very quick one. Frankly speaking, if you really look at the whole dynamic of our business, you don't even need to look at yourself. Remember, I don't know how many of y'all were in the interview where I interviewed Bernard Chen. I cut all the frills, all the window dressing aside. If you really look at our business, you just need two lines and you become a billionaire. I give you a very simple illustration. You have a Romy Vadera on your left, a Cynthia Briganti on your right. Do you need to work hard? Hello? No, come on. That's all. But the point is, you don't need to look at yourself. You just need to build your team, the people below you, yourself will go up. Seriously. I'm so lucky, you see. Every day I'm hearing, I think Bayani is in the room. Is Bayani here? Yeah. Out of the blue, I was talking to him and he says, you know what, Gary, this month I'm going to be a 682-3. I was like, wow. You know, I mean, it's like, just focus on your people. This is my way of building. Again, I'm not here to say this is a right way, that's not the right way, but it's just my way of building. And I realize the point is, I'm trying to say this is, what do we actually want at the end of the day? Do we really only want money, or we want money that comes with the thing called freedom? You see, I mean, nothing wrong with selling machine, okay? Guys, seriously, nothing wrong with selling a product. I mean, I also love, you know, making the 8 points and all that. I love it, but sometimes you really think about this. And I've shared this concept so many times. I said, if you think of the ideal world, you think of the ideal world. So we have the big leaders and the newcomers. Okay, big leaders, let's say like somebody like Cynthia or Romy or JV, or you know. If you think about the ideal world, so big leaders make small money from big volume.
Yeah.
So let's say if you have 1,000 machine sales every month done by your team, and you only override $30, you make 30,000. But what you are doing, you're climbing mountain, you are drinking coffee in Starbucks, you know, you are in the sauna, 30,000 every month. Can you imagine? Then the new people make big money from small volume because they are new. How are they going to get 1,000 machines? You know, within the first 1 year, 2 years, they don't have, right? So if we can have this idea, it's the best. So then we all leverage together the strength of the big leaders and the freshness of the newcomer, like the Josephina, you know, wow, Olivia, you know, wow, people that are so gung-ho. We let them taste the money. We let them enjoy the big money from that small volume that they deserve it because they are so hungry for it. And then we get the blessing of, wow, I mean, it's like every day I'm just still slapping myself on the face. Is it real? You know, like, wow. I mean, I look at what's happening, you know, like London. I'm having groups in London, in Norway, in Italy, and very soon now I've got a group in Cambodia now that we are opening Africa. You know, that's seriously a big continent that we want to do. You know, it's like in fact, I tell people I'm even happy if I get $1. $1. Listen, guys, Jack Ma makes 0.0001 cent from a few billion transactions a day, and he's a billionaire. So you tell me. So but it's not about a right or wrong. It's where you are at in that business. So we come together and everybody wins. There's no scarcity in this. The world is so big. There's a lot of money. There's a lot of abundance in everything. We just come together and everybody happy together. Yeah. Over to you, Kemi.
Gary, we have several questions in the chat room, but I have 2 more if you don't mind.
Sure, no worries.
Just piggybacking on what you said about people building people, and the life of our business is with people. So how do you merge, or how do you balance this ongoing trend, if I may call it right now, with the COVID and all that stuff, and people are more home, so they can't really go out and mingle and do fellowship and demo and all that. Yes, we have the Zoom, but there's also a lot of recruiting via online nowadays. And that relationship with people are pretty much left hanging. Let's put it that way. How do you bridge that? What do you do about that?
Okay, you see, Kemi, I do understand some concern about people towards online marketing with regards to ENAGIC. But just like any other business, I have to say this, okay? To be very frank, I am not an online marketer myself. I still belong to old school. But having said that, we cannot deny the fact that the whole world is going online. So it's not, and now with COVID, with pandemic, it's not a choice. You have to. if you don't, you see what's happened to a lot of people. I'm not talking about ENAGIC, but let's look at traditional business. Those that could not change over is gone. They're like dinosaur, extinct. So
Right.
again, coming back to ENAGIC. Now, I know there are also a lot of bad rap. Like when I talk to Dante and Glenda, that they're telling me about those stories. It's true. But that doesn't mean we have to do the same. Okay.
Correct.
We can still go online. We can still adopt the internet marketing, but we create better. So this is my suggestion, especially to the new people. I am very sure maybe majority of you all here are non-internet savvy. You are not online marketers. You are not in that world. But that doesn't mean you should stop. And you don't need to go and learn. I strongly encourage you to collaborate. This is what I do every single day today, every single day now. I collaborate with internet marketing expert, okay? But I bring my flavor into it, okay? So when you talk like Kemi, yes, you are right. The lack of how should I say, human touch. But then again, it's not that we don't want, but I also wish I can go to Norway and, high five and hug all my Norway KPT leaders, but I can't. Not that I don't want, but we can't. So as much as we can do is we do online Zoom. So remember this, guys, again, coming back to our business is a people business. So you cannot automate it until it is a non-human existence platform. So what I strongly suggest is do the internet marketing, get your expert to look into doing it, but have a lot of interaction. So that's why in my case, what I do is minimum a week, we will at least have one Zoom session with our team, at least once a week, okay? And that's a live week. We initially, we thought of doing a lot of this pre-recording. Then I told my guys, I said, hey, I mean, sometimes you think about it, we are paid so well. We are living a dream life.
Yeah.
What's so difficult to do a 2 hours a week session on Zoom?
Right.
No big deal. We are being paid more than a CEO salary. So yeah, so do a lot of interaction. Of course, when this whole pandemic hopefully will be over soon, then we can, meet up, we can still do the team building and all that. Yeah, but seriously, guys, I want to say this. As much as I'm not an internet person, look into this. Seriously, look into it. And do it ethically. I've heard of cases especially in certain part of America that people are just promoting the online thing as a business. Some even buy a Kangen machine, 3K8. Some even invested with 3K8 and never even open the boxes, never even open or use the machine. I also don't know what was being told to them in that platform. I don't know. Maybe it's all purely about, you come in with this, you get this, or I don't know. So knowing that part of the story, we can do something like that, but take off the bad part, put in things like educate them about what they are getting, like we have something called a people franchise, a lot of my team members and leaders have heard of my presentation, the people franchise. I talk about people franchising, and yes, there's a product involved. Then there's also a business. I talk a lot about the business, but hey, guess what? There's a product, and this is what it can do and all that. So, but whether we like it or not, go on the internet. It is the way to go. Okay, but make sure you do it with integrity.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that. Do it the right way with dignity, with integrity, because after all, we also have to take care of our company that provides us this huge opportunity, right? Thank you, Gary. One last question from me, and then we will pass it on to Kuniko. You have a question on the chat. This is really interesting. I'm sure it's interesting for all of us.
Okay.
The concept of money. And I'll read part of the book. And already somebody asked about what the title of the book is. And this is really, really Got me, yeah? Happy money is a direct path to a more joyful, peaceful, loving life. You will learn to release all your old broken stories and transform your experience of money so it can be like an old friend who is always welcome in your heart, right? Another one, happy money will transform your life because it's about how you feel about yourself. Energy, your own consciousness. And as you shift that, change that, money will flow, it says.
Do you need me to elaborate about this, Kemi?
Yes, because when you spoke about that, this is what really intrigued me to get the book.
Wow, amazing. Okay, actually, it's really a blessing for me when I learn about Ken Honda and his teaching, and I listen to his YouTube videos. I got his book. Actually, the whole basic thing, if I want to sum everything up, is about appreciation. It's about feeling gratitude, you know. I mean, guys, seriously, I don't care where you are in. I'm very sure a dollar a day will not hurt you to give somebody $1 a day. But it's not. Do you some people actually say, oh, Gary, yeah, you talk a lot about giving. Yeah, you sure you can because you make so much money, you're rich. It's not, guys, I'm telling you, do you know there are so many rich people who would not even want to give something? It's not about rich or poor. I was walking with Sam Sia in the forest today, and we were talking about this topic. It's all because of our mind conditioning from day one. You know, our association with money. A lot of us, I don't know about you, but I grew up in scarcity environment. I always see my parents argue because of money. I feel a lot of lack, you know. Even though when I was making a lot of money, I still think like, you know, it's not enough. You know, it's like, why should I give? If I have $10, I give 5, I'm going to be short of 5, you know. All these is just some war going on in your head. Now, guys, trust me, money, if you really think about what is money is actually just a medium of exchange. Do you all realize that many years ago, there's no such thing about money? So I'm a farmer. I grow vegetable, and you rear let's say a cow. So I want your cow. I give you vegetable. You give me a certain, maybe the cow leg or what, then that's it. So ultimately, okay, listen guys, ultimately is what you are receiving, what you are giving. Giving, receiving, giving, receiving. This is all about life, guys. I mean, I may sound like some Zen master or some Yoda, you know. No, but it's true, seriously. And okay, I challenge all of y'all. Okay, I challenge all of y'all. Do this challenge, not just only for me, for yourself. Every day, up to your budget, but minimum, allocate $1. Just allocate $1 in your own currency. Okay, $1. Just give somebody $1 every day. Do that challenge. Okay, if you want to be like Gary Gunn, allocate $100. I tell you, you know, Ken Honda talks about this, and it's really real, you know. You know, I don't know at which level all of you are in, but let's say somebody like, let's say like me, let's say 100, let's say, okay, let's say 100 is very extreme. Let's say talk about $20, 20 Malaysian ringgit. I not even talk $20. 20 Malaysian ringgit is only 24 times. Sorry, my mathematics a bit out a bit. 4 times 3, 12, 4, 4, 16, 4, 5, 20. Okay, $5. It's only $5. Okay, I'm very sure Kuniko-san, you will agree. $5 is like sometimes no big deal lah. Okay, $5. Now, that 20 ringgit, to me, frankly speaking, no big deal. If that $20 is sitting in my wallet, sometimes no. But that 20 ringgit, if it's sitting in a poor Burmese guy who came all the way to Malaysia to work. He's trying to do his best so that he can provide for the family back home. That 20 ringgit will be so much happier in his wallet. I'm telling you this. When you transfer that happiness, remember, everything is about energy, right? When you transfer that happiness to him, number one, he is going to be super. It's like, yeah, $20 to me is no big deal, but to him it's like, wow, never ever anybody has given me that kind of thing before. And you know what? When he received that energy, he's not going to be thinking like, hey, why you are such a bad, stingy person? He's not going to say that. Right? Deep in his heart, he's going to say, wow, you are such a blessing. And that, even that thought, even he don't even say the word thank you to you, even that thought that says, wow, you are such generous, you are such beautiful human being, that thought alone is $1 million of blessing to you. And that's the reason I realized that why I look at my life, I came from nothing. I always tell people, hey guys, actually, again, another thing for y'all to think about. Guys, even our hands don't belong to us. Even this is not yours. If you are here for 80 years, this will be gone. So if this is not even yours, come on, what is that paper in your wallet? Do you think it's yours? Before it reaches you, it was somebody else. Before it was somebody else, it was somebody else. It's all about that energy. What you want to do, you want to keep sending good vibration out into the world. You want to make people happy. You know, let me share something with you all. In Malaysia, you must understand, in Malaysia, we are not a tipping country. Unlike, I'm not sure in Germany or Europe, but America is a tipping country. So everybody is like quite used to tipping, right? Tip. But Malaysia is not. Do you know, one day I went to have lunch with my wife in a hawker center. A hawker center means it's like those coffee shop that doesn't have aircon, you know, you can still find this type of coffee shops in Malaysia. That's why I'm still very blessed, you know, but the food is really masarap, very nice, you know. So can you imagine a bowl of that prawn noodle, delicious, super yummy, super lamit prawn noodle? It's like what? It's like 6 ringgit, 6 divide 4. It's not even $2, you know. You can still find something like this in Malaysia. One something, let's say 150 or 120 US dollar a bowl. I gave that person 10 ringgit, which is like like 420 US dollars. It's supposed to be like one something. I give him no, like I give him like $2. So extra something like 50 or 50 cent or $1, something like that. I mean, can you imagine, like, what is a 50 cent or $1, right? It's no big deal. Like the person, wow, like she strike lottery, you know. She doesn't want to accept my money. I insist. I said, if you don't keep the change, then you take back the noodle. I don't want to eat. That's like, oh, it's like going crazy, you know. It's like just over that 50 cent or $1. Then she ran back to the stall, took a big plate of all the shrimps and said, wow, it's like he treat my wife and me like king, you know, 50 cent. Can you imagine? But it's not that 50 cent or the dollar. Imagine that feeling. Imagine the blessing. Guys, I don't know why I'm talking like this at 1:30 in the morning in Malaysia. Obviously, it's my boss. Thank you, my boss. My boss up there, he wants me to stress this. The reality in life is you don't really need the money, the people, and you want the blessing. When you get the blessing in life, you have everything. Everything that you ever need is the blessing. I'm telling you this. And the greatest way to have this blessing is continuously make people happy, I tell you. And the other things that, of course, giving money is the best way to make people happier. Easy one. You give money is the best way to make people happy. And guys, you don't have to give like crazy amount, you know. Give $1, $2, $5, $10 also, people are like crazy happy. Second thing is learn to compliment. This is something especially in the Asian, Malaysian culture, we are not used to compliment people, you know. But lately, wow, ever since I'm on this, so everywhere I go, hey, your dog is so beautiful. Wow, you look good. You look amazing. Wow, you look at all the face cheer up, you know. All these are blessing. And as much as I want to say, do more demos or do the marketing plan, guys, listen, I just want to make one confession, okay? This is a real serious confession, okay? A lot of people talk about hard work, okay? But I want to tell you, hard work is bullshit. Sorry, my language, but seriously, people talk about hard work. You must be very smart. Oh, you must learn this. You must know the science of this. You must have this. Let me tell you my journey in the Philippines, okay? I went to the Philippines 9 years ago because this is my 10 years. So I went Philippines 1 year after I started. 9 years ago, I went to the Philippines without knowing anybody. It's like, can you imagine? I was so raw about Philippines that at that point of time, the local Malaysian carrier called Air Asia only fly to this place called Clark. If you all know where it's Clark, Clark Air Base.
Yes.
I was so naive that because it's Air Asia, so Air Asia should be flying to international airport. So I even thought that Clark Air Base is Manila International Airport. Can you imagine that kind of like some village boy or something like that, you know? And then inside the plane, as the plane was landing, my wife someone said, hey, darling, why Philippines so much jungle, you know? Because you know, right? The Clark Air Base is all full of jungle, right? Forest. Then I said, somehow I justify. I said, you know, darling, yeah, maybe the forest is on this side. Maybe the city is on this side, you know. And then the aeroplane landed and then we got off the plane and I looked at the airport. Then my wife asked me another question. Darling, why is the airport in Manila like a village airport, you know? Like I said, maybe they are undergoing renovation, you know. I was just justifying, and then I walked, and then I still remember Cynthia was telling me to stay in a hotel called New World Hotel. And that time, Pasai, the Taguig BGC, not existent at all. It was only Makati. And Cynthia told me, I asked Cynthia, where to stay in Manila? She said, you must stay in New World Hotel in Makati. I went to the immigration officer, excuse me, sir, where is New World Hotel? In Clark, can you imagine? And then she's like, no, there no New World here. I said, it cannot be. My friend from America tell me to stay in New World. Makati, Makati, take the bus 3 hours. I was like, oh gosh. That was how I started Philippines. I don't know anybody in the Philippines. Seriously. That time I can't even say Mabuhay. I don't even know what's Mabuhay. John Lim was just a very casual friend. Very, very casual friend. I met him 2 times only. We are not even buddy. Not even a buddy. I went there not even knowing that John will see me or not. Of course, many years later, he confessed he nearly didn't want to see me. Because he knows when Gary GAN comes, he's trying to sell him something. So he actually confessed that he nearly didn't want to see me. I invited 7 people, okay? 7 people. John was one of it. Listen to this very carefully. I invited 7 people. 6 of them didn't turn up. John turned up. Today, John's group gave me more than 50,000 machines in the last 10 years, in the last 9 years. Guys, what I'm trying to tell you, I'm no perfect person. I'm not a saint. Okay, I may talk very well. I may have certain gift. You know, I may have certain charm. You know, I'm very guapo, whatever it is. But I am not perfect. I'm telling you, every single thing that I have today is up there. It's all because of this blessing. You try. You just go out there and make. Like what I love to say, be the miracle. It's so difficult to wait for a miracle, but it's so easy to be a miracle. If you stand in the grocery line, you see somebody that's a bit bad shape, pay for the grocery. Just for the fun of seeing the face light up like crazy. You go to somebody that is, and forget about those nonsense about people say, oh, all these people are trying to cheat you. They are trying to, these are all scammers. I'm trying to tell you this. Your role is to give. What they do with what you give is not your business. That's the business of up there. Your
Yeah.
role is to give. When you start giving, you start activating the entire blessing that comes around. You bless people, they bless you. And when we live in a world of this blessedness, I'm telling you, life is very difficult for me to say, but Philippines is one of them. Look at Cambodia. I've got a few of my Cambodian friends, my Cambodia leaders are here. Same thing, you know, I nothing, zero knowledge about Cambodia. Today, easily in the last 5 to 6 years, Cambodia is easily giving me something like 6 to 8,000 machines. Where's the hard work? Gary Gunn is walking mountain every morning, lah. Come on. So remember, serious, if you have not get this book, man, find a way to get this, read this, be a blessing. That's the reason why I always say, let's be the miracle the world is waiting for, because it's so easy. And when I say be a miracle, just giving $1, give 50 cents, it's a miracle. You know, there are a lot of people who have never even received 50-cent tips before in their life. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah. So again, that's a demonstration of that flow, right? You can see I must thank my boss.
Yeah. Our boss. Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
to recap what you just said, the last couple of hours,
Right.
it's okay to fail because we learn from it. Failure is a stepping stone, pretty much. No? And to take action, don't just sit back. Create momentum. Do it with passion. I mean, we are not in the business of selling, but we are actually not business of selling machines. We pretty much are selling ourselves when we go out there.
Right.
And then don't compare yourself to others because we are in different grades, so to speak. Yeah, like you are in networking business for the last 10 years. I'm in my first year, second year, whatever. Right.
That's
So
true.
no comparison whatsoever. We are our own leaders at this point. Get a mentor or ask someone to teach you, lead you the right way with dignity and integrity.
Yep.
And the concept of money is to give happy and with gratitude, because it will come back to you happy and a lot more. Because of that gratitude part, we are always thanking God for the blessing, because it's from Him. Everything that comes to our life that is good is from Him. And that's the boss you're talking about. And sustainability is people. You have people working with you that you build. You keep building people. They will be your sustainable movement.
Yeah, Kemi, since you talk about sustainability, I just want to say this. You see, as a person, we are very limited as one person. I mean, can you imagine if today I were to just do the whole Kangen business myself, how am I going to have a business in Norway? How am I even going to have business in London, even in Philippines and all? No way. And that's the reason why I always realize this, you know. You see, sometimes our small little effort, do you all realize that, okay, it's just like this example. Do you all know that if you take a stone and you throw it on the pond, that small little stone will create a ripple effect that will grow so big that it engulfs the whole pond. So what I'm trying to say is, I just want to give you all a very simple illustration, but I cannot mention his or her name because he wants to keep it private. But I just want to tell you all this. There is never any lack of doing good deed. You just continue to do good things. And don't always feel like, oh, I do good and then I get bad. It's not like this, you know. Sometimes, again, I want to say, sometimes certain bad things that happen to you. Okay, I want to say this loud and clear so that all of you all understand now. Whether you get a good thing or bad thing is all arranged by God. Do you all believe that? If you believe, give me a 2 thumbs up. You see, a lot of people, when they get good thing, they say it's God. Then when they say bad thing, when they get bad things, they say it's that person. No. Good thing, bad thing also is by God. And if you believe God loves you, it means the bad thing is actually not a bad thing. There is a purpose. Everything happens for a reason. Even a thing that is bad, even COVID is a blessing by God. I'm telling you, if you learn to look at it that way, then life will be a great blessing. Why is it that, oh, when I get a sale, oh, God's grace, God, oh, COVID, oh, that's bad. That is done by somebody. No, everything is arranged by the Almighty. So good, bad, all happen for a reason. Okay, so that's one thing. So again, so when we do good things, sometimes our small little deed, I just want to give you an example. I was so surprised, I was so shocked. One day I was walking. I have a very beautiful Cameron Highlands home. Some of my leaders, I'm very sure Amelia still remember staying in my home in Cameron Highlands, you know. So one day I was walking, you know, there's a very nice morning walks trail. So I was walking and I got a call from somebody, I cannot name his name, okay, or her name, his or her name. So this person called me and says, bro, do you know? And I want to tell you this, and he sounded very emotional. It's not normal, you know. That person really sounded very emotional. He says, do you know you saved my life? I was like, hey, what? It's like, hey, I'm walking in Cameron Highlands. And this person called me and said, do you know you saved my life? I was like, oh, is this, it's not even April. It's not April Fool, right? Then, but he's very emotional. So then I said, why do you say that? He says, do you remember you sent me for a particular cause? Because it was so happened. I mean, I'm that kind of person. I always follow my feelings, you know. So at that point of time, it was this person's birthday. I decided, and I was attending this very good, they call it, what's the name? It is by a Filipino life coach called Coach Ras. He did this, what was the name of that first Discovery, Discovery. So it was a Discovery program in Manila, and this person told me that then it was his birthday. So I decided, okay, I will give the gift of a ticket for this person to attend. And then because of attending that program, and I have no idea what will happen. Okay, my idea is, I think the program is good. I think you should attend. It may help you. It may help you in your business or whatever. But do you know what? It actually helped this person stop smoking. And he has been smoking for the last so many years of his life. I didn't even know it will help that level. Stop smoking. And because of that no more smoking, he actually recovered from COVID-19. He could have, I mean, you know, smoking, it causes lung damage, lungs weakness. It may turn the other way for a COVID-19 thing, right? And because of this, he called me and says, you saved my life, bro. It's like, so can you imagine? It was just a gesture of, okay, I give you a present to attend a course. Now, this is what I'm trying to tell you. In your journey, in ENAGIC, there are sometimes certain things that you may do that you seem to be in the loss. I'm telling you this. It may seem like you do something that you feel that you are at a loss, or you like one step backwards, but you never know. That stone that goes into that lake may create a ripple effect. Do you know that while you are sleeping, the world is not sleeping, you know? Magical things happen. When you send this blessing out, and when you keep on focusing on good deeds, good thoughts, just every day thinking how I can give more people money. And when I say give money, you don't have to give millions, right? Give $1, give $10, give $2, whatever. Just keep on seeing people smile, people's face light up. I tell you, that ripple will just go, and And that's exactly what you want to see in your life. Not just only in Kangen. Of course, in your Kangen, you will also see the blessing. But overall, you know, you will feel that the journey is like, wow. So, you know, I'm not sure if you understand about this concept. If you look at a very smooth flowing river, so I always have this concept. I said, let it go and let it flow. You go with the flow of the river. Even you sleep, you flow with it very nicely. You try going upstream, that's where you start to stress, you start to have a lot of anxiety, disappointment, anger, because there's a lot of pressure trying to go against the flow. So in life, go with the flow. Anything that makes you happy, just keep magnifying it. Just keep doing. And of course, the best is make others happy. The more you make others happy, the more you become happy. Yeah. Over to you, Kim.
Yes. You just opened something again that I need to piggyback on. Okay, giving. I mean, you know, we are talking about giving with generosity and joy from the heart, because after all, everything is from him, right? From our boss. In this business, Gary, are you open to helping other teams? The reason I ask that is I have encountered leaders in the past when I was just beginning, let's say before I turned 6A, where I went to them and said, I don't have my sponsor here, I need help. Can I attend your meetings? And I would be told, this is only for my group. It's not open to everybody. Or leaders become territorial about their people, because if you come in, they are suspicious about people grabbing other people, kind of a thing. And I know you know that this exists also, not just in many businesses. I won't name names, which one. So how do you treat that? What do you do? Are you open to helping other teams globally? The reason I ask that is Betty and I don't belong to one branch. But we work together. We've been working together since 2016, right? Other people around me, been working with them, just feel like it's the right thing to do. And sometimes I'm asked, so wow, you have a very dynamic teammate, you must be making a lot of money. I said, no, not a single cent. I just feel like, this unification mantra or motto that Mr. Oshiro says, let's unify, is part of that in our mission, right? So yeah, are you open to helping other teams, like some others that we know of?
Well, Kemi, that's a very good question. This question is not very easily answered by new people.
Right.
However, because of my many years of experience in this industry, and also in ENAGIC, I just have this to share. Okay, as you know, yes, let's unify. Um, uh, as you know, put it this way. You see, people, people are sometimes quite mysterious. Okay, when I say mysterious, is everybody is different, right, Kemi? I'm very sure you agree in that. Okay,
Yes.
everybody is different. I'm different. You are different. Kuniko is different. Amalia is different. Brick is different. Helen is different. So I used to be very open. Okay. I'm very sure all my teammates know. Those days I used to do a lot of things very open. Unfortunately, not just only in Kangen, but my other businesses, I also noticed the same thing that's happened. You see, the thing is like this. Let's just say me. Okay. So I am new. And then let's say okay, let's just do a fiction kind of example. So let's say I'm Gary and I'm under Alice. Let's say Alice. I hope there's no Alice here. Alice in the Wonderland. Okay, let's say I'm under Alice. So Alice is not really of a builder. She doesn't have a team, Okay. Then come Richard. Okay, so Richard is like, wow, that suave, that wow, very charismatic leader, you know, has a team, you know, big, you know. So let's say Richard opens his group training and me, and because my upline or my leaders or in my group, maybe not to say they don't have, maybe God, but a bit, you know, like, or maybe everybody is like, maybe I'm a young guy, then everybody is like, wow, 50, 60 years old, all white hair, no, some are wearing fake teeth, you know, that kind of thing, you know. Then I say, oh, yeah. Then let's say Richard opens his training. I go one time Richard's training. Wow, this is what I'm looking for. Wow, wow, wow. Then I start to compare. That, my friend, this is the reason. Now, I'm not just closing. I'm not like, I don't accept people to attend my training because I don't want to share my thing. Come on. I mean, yeah, although my thing is good, but I can share, no problem. But sometimes when I do this, the problem is they get so attracted to what we have. Suddenly I hearing people coming to my team. That's the problem. Then their upline come. And then suddenly Gary Gunn is the poacher. Oh gosh. What? Like, oh, then I said, hey, I did some because, and let me tell you this, if they come and see me, I reject. Okay, most of y'all know. A lot of people have seen me. I reject. Come on. I mean, I'm a face of ENAGIC. I will reject. But I cannot guarantee my people will reject. And I got so many people, thousands, 80,000 members. How do I know who will take who? Right. So when all this happen, palm. So again, Kemi, if I am new today, I will say, oh, no problem. I'm open arms. But because of my years of experience, I've seen the pros and cons. So I decided, and as a team, and we also have our team committee leaders that comes together. We decided, okay, in order to avoid all this friction, let's just do it within our team. Okay, if they are not our team member, best is not. Best is not. Okay, but I'm very sure if Kuniko also agrees, sometimes I also invite her to our events, you know, this and that. But we are very selective, you know, because the last thing I want is, you know, we're supposed to be very happy, you know, then the last thing I want is, you know, all this politicking, and then they say, oh, you know, that's the reason Gary opens his training so that when people go there, you know, then yeah, maybe Gary don't do it, but his people is actually the proxy of Gary. They will do, wow. So I'm hearing all this like, wow, you know. So intention is good, but you know, different people interpret things differently. So to avoid all this, then we said, okay, KPT training, KPT only. It's more for that reason rather than, oh, we don't want to share you the secret, you know. So basically it's like this. But I mean, guys, if you all know, most of the things that I teach, you can actually find a lot of my teaching on my YouTube channel. I highly recommend you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. A lot of things that I teach are all also on my Facebook live video, my Facebook video. Go and follow it, no problem. You know, there's nothing, but when you come to my training, when you mix with the people, that is where certain risks may take place. Because whether you like it or not, we are people business. That's why I said we must be very delicate and sensitive as people business. Okay, to me maybe okay, but what about my people? What about that person? Maybe if let's say Richard is supposed to be the, can you imagine if Richard is the Romy Vadera of, let's say, Alice, and Richard end up in my team and one day become a -6, Alice will hate me for life. Even though I'm not the one who do it, it's like she will like look at me like, wow, you know. But I have good intention. I just wanted to help. So I hope all of you all understand. I want to put this into record. When we limit this kind of thing, there is a reason, because we have gone through all this. Wow, you know, Yeah, it's not worth it lah. I rather
Thanks.
not have the bitterness, and we remain friends. Yeah. So I can still share in many other platforms like my YouTube channels and my Facebook videos. Yeah, that's to answer your question, Kenny.
Yes, yes, that makes sense, and yeah, I can sense and I can see your honesty. So, thank you. Yes, I have more questions, but you know what? We'll go forever here, and you need to sleep. So let me open the door. Are you open to answering other questions from other people? Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
You know what? You know what, Kemi? It's already 2 a.m. in the morning, and the way I'm going right now, I don't think after this I'm able to sleep. the energy just continue to flow. It's like, oh,
You're gonna
gosh.
go biking now with the Lord, right? You're gonna go biking. Betty, do you have any other question before we pass it on to our guests in the chat who's remaining here? By the way, you guys, we're on YouTube still live, and I also shared it on EWS and my personal site and tag you, Gary.
Oh, awesome.
Facebook
Awesome.
was having a problem with me, so
Okay.
yeah. So
Right.
Betty, if you still have a question, otherwise we'll pass it on to Kuniko.
Okay.
Got all my notes down and ready to rock and roll. Thank you so much.
Ohayou gozaimasu. No, not ohayou gozaimasu, your time. It's good evening, good evening. Superman never sleeps, huh? Well, you know, because like when you were mentioning about like showing the plan, I'm just very curious. Like when you show the plan initially, how far would you show? To 8 points, or there are other bonuses related above 682?
Okay. That's a good question. In the early days, because